Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to PPS Lab Sessions. Look, we are continuing with the practical list given to us by the university, and we have done a number of programs there. In the previous lab session, we had done few programs related to functions and recursion. So we have done this program for defining a function, basic function for first, which will add first n numbers. Then we have written a function which returns either 1 or 0 based on the given number, whether it is prime or not. Then we had done a recursive call to find a factorial. And we have defined a function which will simply convert your lowercase string to uppercase string. So those 4 programs we had done in the previous lab. A next set of programs is based on structure, which we will discuss in a lecture first, and then we will start. So in that case, we have only 3 programs today to complete. One is this one: write a function to exchange to exchange or interchange the values of 2 variables. Okay. Then write a program for recursive call to calculate this series, and a C program to understand global and static variable. So what I plan is, let us go through these 3 programs today. So आज के लिए हमारा टारगेट रहेगा only 3 programs, क्योंकि आगे के जो प्रोग्राम हैं those are based on structure, and that will be done in the next week. Well, the remaining 3 programs, number of programs कम है, लेकिन ये तीनों program थोड़े complex हैं. So what we will do is, I'm going to explain all 3 programs right now. Just be attentive, keep your mind open, and understand everything. ये तीनों program मैं आज करके दिखाऊंगा, and you have to simply understand everything clearly. After that, you can repeat these 3 programs at your end, and you can implement those. So 47th program is just to understand a global variable and a static variable. 45th program, we are going to make use of static variable. Look, and we are going in a reverse direction. I don't know what GTU has thought of. Maybe GTU 44th program में आपको pointer use करने के लिए नहीं बोल रही है. 45th में उसने सिर्फ recursive किया, बोला. फैक्टोरियल के लिए आप रिकर्जन कर लो, और बाकी सीरीज के लिए आप इटरेशन कर लो, तो ये प्रोग्राम आसानी से हो जाएगा. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन अगेन. फैक्टोरियल कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आप रिकर्जन कर लो, क्योंकि उन्होंने रिकर्सिव कॉल बोला हुआ है. बाकी पूरी सीरीज कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आप लूप चला लो, इटरेटिव प्रोसेस, तो ये पूरा प्रोग्राम आसानी से हो जाएगा. Very easy. But what I want is, I want you to use a static variable inside this one, and I'll show you how. So that, because of that reason, we'll go for 47th program first. पहले हम ये program करेंगे, global variable और static variable समझेंगे. Then we are going to make use of static variable inside this 45th program. And 44th program, not a normal function, बट हम यहाँ पे पॉइंटर भी यूज करेंगे और कंपेयर करेंगे कॉल बाय वैल्यू एंड कॉल बाय रेफरेंस. दोनों को हम कंपेयर करेंगे इस प्रोग्राम में. सो इट विल बी मोर क्लियर. ओके, सो that's the plan. So first of all, we'll go for program 47. So at this place, let us start it. It says write a C program using global variable and static variable. Now look, this is only a program which says make use of it. लेकिन क्या use करना है कुछ नहीं बोला. So we are going to demonstrate global and static variable in this program here. Now, before we start understanding global variable, let us understand few static variables. Sorry, not static, local variables. So whatever I declare within a function is a static variable. So if I say a equals to 5, then this is nothing but a local variable, okay? Because this declaration has been made locally within a function, okay? This is a local variable. So, well, I can print that value. A is %d, and let us print a here. Now, just to demonstrate where are we at present, let me have few extra printfs. Okay, main started, and then new line, and within this one, we can say here is where main ended. That's where your main completes. Look, now this is very simple. When you start your main, you have a is 5, and then your main ends. Now let us say that we have a function. We don't return anything, so void, but we have function. Let's call it my function. And let us do not pass any variable, but let us declare one more local variable a here, a equals to 6. And I want to print all those things again within this function. So this is my function. My function started and my function ended. And that's where I print a. Now, if I want to call this function, let us call it, और उसको declare भी करना होगा. So void my function semicolon. Now I globally declare that function. That doesn't matter right now. We need not to focus on that. What we need is we just need to focus on local variable. Now this a is a local variable at both the places, and that's why value of a within main will be 5, and value of a within your function will be 6. So if I print this a after function call, I'm going to have the same value. Look, within main we have a equals to 5, but within function we have separate local variable a, which is 6, and when our function ends, we come back to main and the value of a becomes 5 again. Why? Because the scope of this variable a, main के अंदर आपका जो वेरिएबल है उसकी लाइफ टाइम और उसका स्कोप क्या हो जाएगा, दिस कर्ली ब्रैकेट, क्योंकि उसके अंदर वो डिक्लेयर हुआ है. जैसे ये ब्लॉक खत्म होता है, जैसे ये फंक्शन खत्म होता है, ये वेरिएबल के लिए जो भी मेमोरी और जो भी डेटा स्टोर हुआ है वो रिमूव हो जाएगा, एंड यू विल कम बैक टू माय फंक्शन कंप्लीट करके वापस यहाँ पे आ जाओगे. अब यहाँ पे कौन सा ए रेफर होगा, जो यहाँ पे आपने डिक्लेयर किया है. सो दिस इज लोकल वेरिएबल. नाउ वी वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड ग्लोबल वेरिएबल. A global variable is declared globally at this place. So if I declare integer b equals to, let's say 7, and if I say this is a global variable. Now once I declare a global variable, I can access it anywhere. Okay, I can access this variable anywhere. So अगर मैं उसको यहाँ पे access करता हूँ, let's print b here. Okay, at all the places I want to print b. But locally we have not declared any variable b. Still we can access b anywhere inside the entire file. Okay, entire file, because it has been declared globally. So if I run this code now, I can see that value of b equal at all places. Before function 7, within function 7, and after function is also 7, as long as it is a global variable. But there is one problem. When you have a global variable, anyone can access that variable, anyone can change that variable. So if I make b++ here, तो फंक्शन कॉल करने से पहले मैंने b को प्लस प्लस किया तो वो 7 से 8 हो जाएगा, मतलब फंक्शन के अंदर मुझे 8 मिलेगा. अब 8 के बाद इफ आई डू b++ हियर, तो 8 प्रिंट करने के बाद बिफोर आई एंड माय फंक्शन मैंने उसको 8 से 9 कर दिया. सो व्हेन आई कम बैक और दूसरी बार यहाँ पे b प्रिंट करूँगा, देन इट विल बी 9. ओके, लेट अस जस्ट टेस्ट इट आउट. अर्लियर इट वाज 7, बट फंक्शन कॉल करने से पहले इंक्रीज किया तो फंक्शन के अंदर 8 मिल गया, एंड बिफोर वी एंड अ फंक्शन हमने उसको इंक्रीज किया तो वापस आके 9 मिल गया. सो मेक श्योर that if you declare your variable global, then it can be accessed anywhere within your program, and anyone can make change in that global variable, and that change is going to affect your entire program also. Okay, so जो भी global variable है वो आप कहीं पे भी access कर सकते हो, कहीं पे भी change कर सकते हो, and that change is going to affect your entire program, and that's the global variable. Now let's have a look at static variable. Now before that, before we look into the static variable, let us have a look at one more thing. Look, within a function we have this, or let us have one more local variable c, which is 8, and I want to print c here. Okay, let me just clear this output. Okay, so what we have done, we have taken one extra local variable c, which is having value 8, and I print that value c here. Remember, I print that c within a function. Let us save and run this code. So we are focusing at this point only within a function right now. Okay, and the value of c is 8. That's perfect. Now let me call this function one more time. What I do is I call this function 2 times and I run this code. So earlier c was 8, second time c is 8, because we haven't made any changes. Okay, now let me go here. When I print c, after that I'm going to increase that c here, c++. What I do is I declare a local variable c equals to 8, then I print that 8 and I make it 9, and I'm done. I go back, I come again to this function. जब भी मैं इस फंक्शन में आता हूँ सारे लोकल वेरिएबल्स फिर से डिक्लेयर होते हैं, फिर से उसकी मेमोरी एलोकेट होगी, तो ये c फिर से 8 हो जाएगा. भले ही इससे आगे मैंने उसको 9 कैलकुलेट किया था, बट एज सुन एज आई कंप्लीट दैट फंक्शन, जैसे ही मैंने उस फंक्शन को कंप्लीट किया, वो लोकल वेरिएबल जो था वो लॉस्ट हो गया, बिकॉज स्कोप एंड लाइफ ऑफ दैट वेरिएबल वाज ओवर. तो मैंने उसको 8 से 9 तो किया, बट 9 करने के बाद वो गया, इट इज़ वाइप्ड आउट फ्रॉम द मेमोरी। दूसरी बार जैसे ही मैं कॉल करूँगा तो वो फिर से 8 हो जाएगा, नया वेरिएबल c बनेगा जिसके लिए आपको 8 वैल्यू मिलेगी। ओके, सो if I do this thing and I run this code, again you will have c equals to 8, c equals to 8, because that is a local variable, and local variable has lifespan within the block of function only. एक बार फंक्शन खत्म हुआ भूल जाओ, दूसरी बार फंक्शन कॉल किया तो नए वेरिएबल फिर से, but that thing will not happen with static variable. And now let us have a look at static variable. Now if you want to make any variable static, तो आप उससे उसके आगे static कीवर्ड लगा दोगे, static integer, let's say d equals to 8. Look, this is static variable. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to print d, and we'll make d plus plus here. Where is the problem? Why is it showing us the error? Just a minute. Static integer d equals to 8. No problem there. Let me compile and then we'll have error. Oh, there is no error. I don't know why this is underlined, red underlined, but program is working. Yeah. So let me clear and then explain. Okay. So there is no error in the program. Why this is showing this errors, I don't know, but let's run this code now. Okay, so if you want to have a static variable, what you do is you just declare a variable like other variables, but you prefix it with static keyword. Now this static keyword is going to make this variable static. अब static का मतलब क्या है? So when you have a static variable, point number 1, throughout the entire execution of your program, it will be initialized only once. Remember, it will be initialized only once. एक ही बार वो initialize होगा. Afterwards, you can increase or decrease that variable, but you cannot re-initialize that variable. Make sure आप static variable को increase या decrease कर सकते हो, लेकिन आप static variable को re-initialize नहीं कर सकते हो. So what happens here? जब मैं पहली बार फंक्शन कॉल करता हूँ तो पहली बार ये स्टैटिक वेरिएबल d इक्वल्स 8 हो जाएगा, एंड इट इज गोइंग टू प्रिंट 8 एंड देन इट विल मेक इट 9. ओके, इट विल मेक इट 9. खत्म हो गया. अब दूसरी बार जैसे ही मैं फंक्शन कॉल करूँगा, इट इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू री इनिशियलाइज दिस स्टैटिक वेरिएबल d. उसके पास d की वैल्यू ऑलरेडी है एंड इट इज़ गोइंग टू प्रिंट दैट थिंग ऑल्सो. So just let me make sure that everything is okay, and let me run this code now. Yeah, so let us see. Look, earlier local variable c was 8. Second time local variable c was also 8 because it was a local variable. वो फिर से declare हो गया. But earlier static variable d was 8, but the next time static variable d is 9. तो वो फिर से 8 रीडिक्लेयर नहीं हुआ. क्यों? क्योंकि वो स्टैटिक वेरिएबल है. आप कितनी भी बार फंक्शन कॉल कर लो, ये री इनिशियलाइज नहीं होगा बिकॉज इट इज़ अ स्टैटिक वेरिएबल. उसकी मेमोरी एक कॉमन फिक्स हो जाएगी, एंड एवरी टाइम यू कॉल अ फंक्शन आपको वो कॉमन मेमोरी में से वैल्यू मिलेगी. that static value you can increase or decrease. So we can make it d plus plus or d minus minus, but you can never reinitialize your static variable. आप यहाँ पे d equals to 10 नहीं लिख सकते हो. You can never do that. d equals to 10. You cannot do that. Oh, well, that's not possible actually in the static variable. I don't know why this is running properly. But in a static variable, you cannot do that, okay? It might be the problem of this code runner, maybe. But when you perform that thing in a Turbo C compiler, it will not run, okay? So just what you need to remember at this point is, when you make a static variable, it is going to be static one. It is going to be common one. आप कितनी भी बार फंक्शन कॉल कर लो, वो फिर से रीइनिशियलाइज नहीं होगा. It is going to declare it only once. एक ही बार डिक्लेयर होगा और कॉमन मेमोरी में जाएगा. So that is your static variable. So we have seen local variable, we have seen global variable, and we have seen static variable. And this is the code which you can write within your file also. Okay. If you want to have a screenshot, you can. And let me just have a look at chat box. If you have any query, you may ask. Yeah, so any query there related to static variable? Look, static, अच्छे से समझना, static variable को आप जब declare करते हो, first time वो declare होगा in a common memory, then it is not going to be reinitialized or redeclared. आप कितनी भी बार function को call कर लो, वो फिर से declare नहीं होगा. It is going to access the older version of that variable. Static variable को आप increase या decrease कर सकते हो. Even जैसे कि यहाँ पे reassignment was working, you can assign some value there, but memory is going to be common. So declaration time वो execute नहीं होगा. Execution time आप जो भी उसमें assign करते हो वो चलेगा. Yeah, any queries? Okay. Simultaneously do one thing, post your enrollment numbers. So your attendance will be recorded. Very quickly post your enrollment numbers for attendance. And now we'll jump to the next program. We'll have a look at this. Series calculation. We'll make this series calculation using recursion. Well, hopefully all have posted their numbers. Let's focus on this second program now. So what it says use a recursive call to evaluate this series. अब ये series जो है वो आप iteratively तो आसानी से calculate कर लेते हो, right? Iteratively you can easily calculate this thing. Let's very quickly do that iterative part, and then we'll move for the recursion. So look, focus on the series first. F of x, मतलब x की value आप user से लोगे, and this series goes up to n. So n की value भी आप user से get करोगे. So what we want is we want x as well as n. So let's ask user to enter those values. So please enter X, scanf, %d, ampersand X. हमने X ले लिया. Then another message, printf, please enter n. Look, focus here. It is 1, 3, 5, 7 up to n. So this n must be odd number. Okay. Just a message. Please enter n, odd number, and we will scan that value. So %d, ampersand n. We have these two functions now. Sorry, these two values now. Now what we want is, let us call a function. Or let's say iterative calculate. Okay, iterative calculation, which is going to return some total or let's say sum. So we need that sum, and I declare that sum as a float variable because there is a division process here, right? And when we apply a division process, definitely we are going to have float value. So I declare sum as a float, and I call a function, and in that function I'm going to pass x as well as n. And then finally we can print the answer. Answer is %f sum. Okay. So now let us write this function now. I'm going to define that function. Declare नहीं करूँगा, direct define कर दूँगा. So it is going to return a float value, iterative calc, and it will have two integer values as a parameter. And within that, what we do is we run a for loop. So loop control variable I चाहिए आपको. So let's have I equals to 1 से start होगा, because as you can see here, it is x minus x raised to 3 by 3 factorial. Look, this is power, okay? X raised to 3 by 3 factorial, x raised to 5 by 5 factorial, x raised to 7 by 7 factorial, and so on, okay? So it starts with x raised to 1 by 1 factorial. So हम यहाँ पे 1 से start करेंगे. I equals to 1. I is less than equals to n, because we want to go up to n, x raised to n by n factorial. So we'll go up to n, and then I plus plus. Look, अगर आप I plus plus करते हो तो ये linearly increase होगा with factor 1, 1 से 2, 2 से 3, 3 से 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. लेकिन हमें यहाँ पे क्या चाहिए? 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. So हर बार 2 का इंक्रीमेंट है. So यहाँ पे हम करेंगे I equals to I plus 2. इसको मैं शॉर्ट हैंड ऑपरेशन भी लिख सकता हूँ, I plus equals to 2. So it is going to increase my I with factor 2. 2 से increase करेगा. So it will start with 1, next time 3, 5, 7 and so on. कहाँ तक जाएगा? Up to n. Now what we need here, we want to calculate sum here. So sum plus equals to, let us declare sum, float variable sum, which is 0 initially. So we can do sum plus equals to. अब iteratively हमें क्या करना है? We are calculating this term. What is that term? X raised to I by I factorial हो जाएगा. So we are going to use power function from math.h. So let us include it. We have seen this thing earlier also. Okay, math.h include कर लो, and you use this power function, base and then power. So this is x raised to I, divide by I factorial. Let us have fact of I. Now what is this fact? From our lecture, let us bring that factorial code. So I'm going to copy this code and let me have that function here. And I'm simply going to call it fact. So ये हो गया factorial and I calculate that factorial. Now look, x is integer, I is integer, I is integer. So power xi will be integer, factorial of I will also be integer. Integer divided by integer will be the integer value. So just to prevent our floating point answer, we will explicitly convert this to float. Typecasting किया हमने. So what we do is we typecast this power and then we divide with factorial number. And then we are done with the calculation of sum. We will return this sum. तो ये आपका iterative calculation हो गया, लेकिन एक और point बाकी है. Every time we sum it up, sum plus equals to. लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या होना चाहिए? एक बार प्लस है, दूसरी बार माइनस है. Again you have plus, then you have minus. Plus माइनस, प्लस माइनस, प्लस माइनस, प्लस माइनस होना चाहिए. सो यहाँ पे प्लस इक्वल्स टू की जगह पे आपको कभी कभार प्लस इक्वल्स टू लेना होगा, तो कभी आपको माइनस इक्वल्स टू लेना होगा. So what you can do is you can have if else condition here and you calculate the term. अगर पहली term है, first term is positive, second term is negative, third term is positive, fourth term is negative and so on. तो क्या करना होगा, आपको यहाँ पे लूप कितनी बार चलती है वो देखना पड़ेगा एंड एक्स्ट्रा एक टर्म वेरिएबल लेके आपको वो कैलकुलेट करना होगा, टर्म ओड है या टर्म इवन है. एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट टर्म यू कैन डिसाइड प्लस इक्वल्स टू या तो फिर माइनस इक्वल्स टू. रिमेंबर, टर्म अलग से लेना होगा. आप आई चेक नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि आई तो ऑलवेज ओड है. 1, 3, 5, 7 आई इज ऑलवेज ओड. तो आप यहाँ पे कंडीशन आई पे नहीं रख सकते हो, आपको ये कंडीशन एक अलग से टर्म लेना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज you can have this thing inside a loop and you can have extra condition if term is odd or even. So you have to go for modulo 2 double equals to 0. तो कुछ करेंगे, else कुछ करेंगे and so on. That's one thing. Another thing is now let's have one variable, sign variable. Okay, a variable sign and we assign it to 1 positive क्योंकि सबसे पहला कैलकुलेशन जो है वो हमारा पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए. So I take s equals to 1 and I'm going to multiply that s with this answer. Okay, so अगर मैं +1 से मल्टीप्लाई करूँगा तो ये +1 रहेगा. अगर मैं -1 से मल्टीप्लाई करूँगा तो ये पूरा टर्म नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी वांट, पूरे टर्म को पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव करना है. सो आई स्टार्ट माय s विथ 1 और मैंने पॉजिटिव से मल्टीप्लाई करके पहला टर्म पॉजिटिव ले लिया. अब दूसरी बार जब मैं आऊँगा तो मुझे वो नेगेटिव चाहिए. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल मेक s मल्टीप्लाई इक्वल्स टू -1. s को मैं -1 से मल्टीप्लाई करूँगा हर बार, एवरी टाइम. सो अगर वो पॉजिटिव है तो नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, अगर वो नेगेटिव है तो वो पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा. जस्ट वी आर टॉगलिंग द साइन. दिस इज वन मोर लॉजिक. if you just want to toggle your sign, then this is what you can do. Start with positive, multiply it with -1 and it is going to toggle every time. So next iteration में आपका s जो है वो -1 रहेगा, तो ये पूरा टर्म -1 होगा. अब s ऑलरेडी -1 है, फिर से -1 मल्टीप्लाई करो तो वो पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा. तो नेक्स्ट टर्म विल बी पॉजिटिव एंड सो ऑन. Okay, so this is what the iterative calculation of series, recursive calculation of factorial. अब हमने क्या किया, यहाँ पे पूरा सीरीज कैलकुलेट करके सम रिटर्न किया, सम जैसे ही मिला हमने वो प्रिंट किया. So let's run this code and test it out, what it gives. So it will ask value of x, let us insert 1, and the value of n is going to be 5. Then this is what the solution is. Solution of that entire series. It's going to be 0.8416. Okay. And if you just want to keep this solution, it's okay, क्योंकि उन्होंने क्लियरली नहीं बोला कि आप रिकर्सिव कॉल कहाँ पे यूज करो. फैक्टोरियल के लिए आपने रिकर्सिव कॉल कर लिया, ठीक है, रिकर्जन सीख लिया हमने, ओके. अगर इतने में आप सेटिस्फाइड हो देन फाइन. बट इफ यू थिंक कि आपको ये पूरा सीरीज भी रिकर्सिवली कैलकुलेट करना है, इफ यू थिंक लाइक दैट, then let me show you that solution also. So instead of this iterative call, let me go for recursive call here. Recursive calculation. और ये एक नया function है, so we are going to create that function separately. Okay. So this is my recursive call. X and n pass करूँगा, and I'm not going to make this loop here. I'm going to make all the calculation using recursion. So मुझे वो recursion करना पड़ेगा. अगर loop नहीं लेता हूँ तो मुझे I की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है. Well, definitely will require sign here. Toggle करना है तो मुझे sign चाहिए. Sum calculate करना है तो मुझे sum चाहिए. Okay. And finally I want to return sum, so वो भी चाहिए. But at this place in between, I want to go for recursive call for this one. कहीं ना कहीं अंदर से मैं recursive call करूँगा. But when we go for recursive call, don't forget base case and recursive case. एक base case होना चाहिए, एक recursive case होना चाहिए. Now base case is very much simple here. Look, 1, 3, 5, 7 इस तरह से आप जाते हो up to n, और n यूजर ने दिया. यूजर अगर ओनली वन टर्म बोलता है, n इक्वल्स टू 1, ओके, इफ n इज इक्वल्स टू 1, तो आप डायरेक्ट आंसर x दे सकते हो, एंड दैट बिकम्स योर बेस केस. सो विल राइट इफ कंडीशन हियर. इफ n is 1, then it is my base case. I am going to return x as an answer. Otherwise, I am going to make a recursive call. Otherwise, I'll make a recursive call. अब वो recursive call क्या होगा? So recursive call में कुछ इस तरह से देख लो कि ये पूरा सीरीज जो है, आपके पास जैसे ही n आता है, if you have value of n, x raised to n by n factorial आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो. x raised to n by n factorial आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो, क्योंकि आपके पास n की वैल्यू डायरेक्ट है. So how can you do that? This is how you can do that. Sin float कैलकुलेट कर कन्वर्ट करेंगे पावर x raised to n, क्योंकि मेरे पास n की वैल्यू है. So I'm going to make x raised to n by n factorial. I'm going to calculate this thing. So मैंने क्या किया, मैंने लास्ट टर्म को कैलकुलेट किया. अब उससे आगे जितनी भी टर्म है, okay, before that last term, whatever number of terms you have, वो सारी की सारी टर्म आप रिकर्सिव कॉल में कैलकुलेट करो. तो अगर ये n वाला आप कैलकुलेट कर लेते हो डायरेक्ट, तो बाकी जो बचती है वो क्या होगा, n-2 होगा, क्योंकि अगर 7 है तो आगे 5, अगर 5 है तो आगे 3, अगर 3 है तो आगे 1. So what I'll do is I'll make a recursive call with x as a first parameter, okay, and n-2 as a second parameter here. तो दैट विल बी माय रिकर्सिव कॉल. अब जब मैं ऑलरेडी ये साइन से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा हूँ एंड आई एम गोइंग टू मेंटेन दोज साइन सेपरेटली, यहाँ पे मैं सिर्फ प्लस लिख दूंगा. आई एम गोइंग टू ऐड दिस थिंग ओनली and that will give me the final summation. Okay, that gives me the sum. With sum I can return. So that is the recursive case. अब sign को toggle करना बाकी है, so let us have a separate statement to toggle our sign. Now make sure this is a recursive call. अब ये अगर recursive call है तो s जो आपने डिक्लेयर किया फंक्शन के अंदर वो हर बार नया डिक्लेयर नहीं होगा. It needs to be the same as, and that's why I am going to make this static variable s. Static variable s. Now there is one minor problem, but let me show you first. Let us do the recursive call. Okay, iteration को मैंने comment किया हुआ है. So we are going for recursive call, and this is what the calculation we make. And let's run this code now. And let me give the same input 1 and 5. 1 and 5. Now we have a different answer here. अगर मैं इटरेटिव सॉल्यूशन में गया तो मुझे 0.8416 मिला था, लेकिन अगर मैं रिकर्सिव कॉल में जाता हूँ तो 1.15 मिला, विच मीन्स यहाँ पे कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. एंड द प्रॉब्लम इज what we do is we add this thing once we come back from this recursion. So it's a reverse path, and that's why I need to initialize my sign with -1 earlier. And that's all, I believe. Let's run this code. Okay, and we have the same answer back, 841667. So that's the only problem, and that I wanted to show you. Okay, so what was the problem? When you go for recursion, so function call it recursively होता चला जाएगा. When you come back, जब आप वापस आओगे तब आपकी साइन कंसिडर होगी. करेक्ट, तब आपकी साइन कंसिडर होगी. अब nth टर्म जो है, रिमेंबर nth टर्म जो है वो माइनस होगा या प्लस होगा, आप पहले से डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते हो. That depends on how many terms you have. आपके पास कितनी टर्म है उस पर वो डिपेंड करता है. सो जितनी बार रिकर्जन होगा उतनी बार साइन चेंज होनी चाहिए, एंड फॉर दैट रीज़न हमने ये साइन को टोगल किया. एंड रिकर्सिव करना था तो पहले हमने उसको -1 असाइन किया. ओके, so that was the only thing. You have to initialize this -1, and then you will go for recursive cases, and it will give you the proper answer. And that's the final one. So if you think कि आपको ये पूरा series recursively calculate करना है, then you can have this recursive call. अगर आप series को iteratively calculate करते हो, then this will be the solution. Factorial, we know how to recursively call factorial. So we have this recursive call for factorial here. And that's our 45th program. Any queries? I'll upload this recording, and what I suggest is you go for this explanation one more time. रिपीटेटिवली आप जितनी बार ये समझने की ट्राई करोगे आपको ज़्यादा समझ में आता चला जाएगा. इट ओनली नीड्स रिविजन. एंड सीरीज को आप रिकर्जन में कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे, दैट नीड्स अ प्रैक्टिस. जितनी ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस करोगे उतनी ज़्यादा आप इस सीरीज को एनालाइज कर पाओगे. एंड व्हेन यू एनालाइज इट, आपके दिमाग में वो आइडिया आ जाएगा कि आप इसको रिकर्सिव कैसे करें. लुक, दिस इज वन पॉसिबल वे This is one possible way of doing it recursively. जहाँ पे मैंने n फिक्स लेके n-2 से कॉल किया. There is one more way. अगर मैं यहाँ पे एक एक्स्ट्रा पैरामीटर ले लूँ 1, so 1 to n, तो मैं इसे फॉरवर्ड वे में भी रिकर्स कर सकता हूँ. It is possible. It doesn't mean कि वो गलत है, वो अलग वे है, a different path to a different approach to solve the given problem. Okay, so both are possible. Just you need to think about it. Well, so that's the second program of this lab. This was the earlier code we have seen in the 28th program. Same kind of series we have calculated, remember. Now the change was, here we have linear increase 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, starting from 1, and then we linearly increase it. जबकि current program के अंदर double increment था 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Other one minus plus तो वहाँ पे भी था. So this was the logic we have used at that time. Correct? So you can refer that 28th program also. And let's go to the last program now, the third one. Which says write a function to exchange. Write a function exchange. Okay, function का नाम ही बता दिया कि exchange लेना है. Write a function exchange to interchange the value of two variable x and y. Illustrate the use of this function in a calling function. Well, अगर जितना बोला गया है उतना करते हैं. Let's do that first. So we need two variables x and y. X, let me assign a value directly. I don't want to ask user. We just want to demonstrate how it works. So x equals to 5, y equals to 6. And then what we do is we call this function, जहाँ पे हम x और y दोनों को पास करेंगे, x and y. And then we are going to print values of x and y. So x is %d and y is %d. So x comma y हमने print कर दिया. Now before we exchange, let us print it also. Okay, xy print किया, xy print किया. Now with this also, let me have a message. Before exchange, and this one is after exchange. Okay, so let's run this code. Oh, sorry, we need to define exchange first. Let's define this function. It is not going to return anything, so void exchange and body. It will have two variables, integer a, integer b, a local parameter. Okay, and exchanging a variable, exchanging a value, let's go for temporary variable. So what we do is we get backup of a so that we can update a with b, and then we get value of b from temporary. So that's the swapping logic. You swap the value of two variables. Simple. So if I run this code, let us see what happens. Yeah. So before exchange it was 5, 6. After exchange it is still 5, 6. Why? Because when I call this function, I pass these two parameters, and these two parameters are nothing but actual parameter and AB is the formal parameter. So when you call a function with value, it is going to generate a copy here. It's not the thing that अगर आप A को X से replace कर दोगे और B को Y से replace करो, then इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपको वो swap value मिल जाएगी. Still it is 5 6 and 5 6. Why? Because when you pass these two values, it is a call by value. Call by value मतलब यहाँ पे copy generate हुई. तो आपने जो exchange किया वो exchange operation copy पे था, original पे नहीं था. Original पे नहीं था. So if you want to print this at this place, अगर हम यहाँ पे प्रिंट करते हैं, रिमेंबर, तो आपको ये दोनों स्वैप होती दिखेगी. Let me also write few more messages here. This is before call. Okay. This one is within call. And this one is after call, after function call. Simple. Okay. So let me show you that thing now. Let's run this code. So before I call a function, before exchange, मेरे पास 5 6 थे. Now within a function call, before exchange, it was 5 6, original one. Okay. After exchange वो 6 5 हो गया. So 5 6 का 6 5 हो गया. That's perfect. But when I come back to the main after exchange, वो फिर से 5 6 मिला. क्यों? क्योंकि ये जो x y है वो original value है. Let me have slash n. Okay. And original values are never affected when you make call by value. अगर आप call by value करते हो तो आपकी original value में कोई change नहीं आती. 5 6 का 6 5 होगा लेकिन वो locally function के अंदर ही. When you come back आपको original value मिल जाएगी. So जो यूनिवर्सिटी बोलती है just define an exchange function, interchange the value and illustrate the use, ये हो गया, done. But now question comes, अगर really मुझे वो exchange करनी हो, ये दोनों value को exchange करना हो तो क्या करूँ? अगर मैं original value को exchange करना चाहता हूँ, then what should I do? Okay, then what should I do? So this is exchange by value. Okay, because this was call by value. But next example that I want to give you is if we do it by exchange by reference, तो यहाँ पे x और y सेंड करने के जगह पे मैं उसके एड्रेस को सेंड करूँगा, $x, $y. So now we are making use of pointers. Okay. So यहाँ से हम x का एड्रेस और y का एड्रेस भेजेंगे. So on the other hand, what we have to do here is we need to have a pointer variable x and pointer variable y. तो ये आ गया हमारे पास एड्रेस. Now x के अंदर ओरिजिनल x का एड्रेस आया, y के अंदर ओरिजिनल y का एड्रेस आ गया. So now if you want to access those values, then we are going to access it using asterisk dereferencing operator. So जहाँ पे भी x की वैल्यू चाहिए आप asterisk लगा दो, y की वैल्यू चाहिए आप उसके आगे asterisk लगा दो. तो this is x के पास जो भी एड्रेस है उस एड्रेस पे जो वैल्यू है वो वैल्यू लाएगा because we have written star x, and that value will be printed. So inside this function now, and this is my exchange by reference. So inside this function now, I'm working with references. अब ये local variable तो normal temporary variable चलेगा, integer, okay? लेकिन जहाँ पे भी मैंने xy को use किया, मैंने pointer use किया. Now, this is going to actually affect my original data. तो function खत्म करके मैं वापस आऊँगा. At that time also, I'm going to have updated value. So we call reference. This is the reference, and we work with pointers. Let's check it out. I need to save it one more time. Yeah. Okay. So earlier it was 5.6. Before exchange 5.6. After exchange 6.5. And as long as it was a reference, after call में वापस आ गया, फिर भी वो 6.5 है. Right? And that's the actual use of your pointer variable. So अगर आप reference से call करते हो तो वो original data change करेगा. And that's the actual demonstration of call by value and call by reference, both. Yeah. So you can take a screenshot of this thing also. Exchange by value, exchange by reference. And that is your third program for today. Well, that's all from my side, and these are the 3 programs we have to complete today. So any queries now? Any question or doubt? Okay, hope everyone has posted their enrollment number. So I'm going to stop this recording now. We don't want unnecessary recording. So I'll stop this recording and you can start your work now. Perform all these 3 programs that we have seen just now.